Oh, the hoodie. It's a nice looking ship. Feels familiar.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega.
I agree.
We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
She's my second, but that's a good idea.
Without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
6?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
I'm pouring coffee, I can't do anything about it. Coffee's more important.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map in the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
I'm sure I will. So, we got a galaxy map. We have a private terminal. We have one in the CIC and we have one in our quarters, which we will get to. We have an armory, which is it's a bit of a cop-out, but it's pretty cool. Any weapons that we find, it just replicates them. So limited edition, one-of-a-kind weapons are now just for everyone. Captain's quarters, where we can customize our armor when we get stuff. Tech lab, we need a scientist for a tech lab. Okay, let's have a little wander around. It's not Presley, but that's what they were going for. There's a lot of empty seats. We're obviously not fully staffed. Let's get some lore entries, shall we? I'm guessing behind there is an escape pod.
Got some pressure loss in the number 4 hydrogen tank. Lock it down, Edie. Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you were such a downer. Commander.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
I mean, we haven't really done anything on this squad, so I'm not going to ask that.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
I assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
ED?
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Well, that's not good.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's
That's a weird
resources
shot.
into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Can we get rid of them?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
It's pretty good.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Let's really get into this.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Of course you do.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into
Oh, you'll tell me
task-oriented
that one.
cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Oh, we're done.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
That's cool. We don't want to be flying blind though. Not that ships need windows. Okay, that is the bridge. Yeoman Chambers.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Why not?
Anything else?
We were never the most formal of ship's captains, were we?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is
Deanna
sound?
Troy.
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
I don't need you analyzing me, Yeoman.
Yes, sir. Anything else, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything. Welcome aboard, Commander.
Thank you. So various different things that we can do here. We can also do them in certain parts of the ship. Main one is messages. Some of them I'll read, some of them I won't. It depends what they are and who they're from. Councillor Anderson. On the off chance that the rumours are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me at the Citadel. A lot's changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council and it's only fair that you're allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Deal struck with Zaid Masani. We're going to recruit Zaid. We've heard his voice in many other games. And yeah, I like Zaid. Lost contact with survey ship. Project Firewalker. It's not a DLC I enjoyed, I'll be honest. This is from Admiral Hackett, we'll go through this one. Commander Shepard, our scans in the Armada system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honour the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of those lost crewmen, we ask you to report to the Alliance, so those heroes' families may find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. There's a theory, like a long-running little conspiracy thing, that Admiral Hackett is Shepard's dad. I don't think it's true myself. But it's nice that we get something from Hackett. And it's a cool little bit. I think it was DLC. I think it was like a day one DLC thing or a pre-order thing. But that's one of the first missions that we'll be doing, is going to the Normandy. Recon HUD, it's a bit of armour. Overlord is extra DLC. This is a really good DLC that we will get to in time when it feels right in the story. I'm going to jump in so we can play them in any order. Arc Projector is another heavy weapon. It's not one of my favourites, so I'm not going to go through it. Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. We have a Master Thief. Another DLC. Really cool character. I really like Kasumi. So that's cool. And we have a message from our bank back on Earth. Now that our status has been changed from deceased to alive, basically here's the money that you had in an account. It's not a lot considering I've been dead for 2 years, but 100,000 credits is a nice way to start the game. So that's it. Everything's on the lift now, isn't it? So let's pop down to engineering, we'll work our way back up and just have a little explore, a little run around. We have a shuttle there. There's no Mako. That is one of the biggest changes. So with engineering, we'll have a little run around. It's a really big ship, there's a lot of space to explore in here. Definitely out the way. But nothing interesting. want to go this way. And we have some crew. That's ED. That is our new warp drive. It's very Event Horizon. Or if you've seen The Expanse, episode 1 of The Expanse. Very cool. Very, very cool. Right, let's talk to these idiots.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Interesting.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the Collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
I mean, he's not wrong. We are going to kick him in the daddy bags.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said.
Oh, God.
I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement.
Appreciate it.
If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
It's alright.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected, it's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
See what I can do.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you he would.
Towing the crew. So all the other doors are locked. I wonder why. Why would they possibly be locked? They're just both going into engineering. Crew's quarters. Crew deck.
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
Ah. Should maybe read the doors. Bathrooms, toilets, it looks very stainless steel. Everything is locked, or most things are locked. We have crew quarters.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Wow. My family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
Admirable. It's a shame you can't talk to these. They're recorded voice lines, but you can't actually get into dialogue with them. or anybody here.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. As Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian.
Do you recognize
HVAC,
that voice?
Plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals.
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook.
It's true.
I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
You have everything you need.
I make do, but have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
It's alright, we can go shopping.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Gun is great. Oh, another locked door. So my old quarters, if this was the SL1, is now Miranda's office. Who's in the med lab?
Commander Shepard. I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center. A very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
I get that.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
I mean, odds of survival is a little bit too early.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll get you another.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
I've got 2 years of interest to spend, don't worry about it.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
They should do so much more with Chokwas. She's such a cool character. Right, let's go and get our flirt on. Miranda.
Commander.
That's a big old
what
bed
can I
back
do
there.
for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the Elusive Man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the Elusive Man, updating our status.
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
What can you tell me about the Elusive Man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
We'll see.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Yeah, we've seen that firsthand with the Arachni, although I kind of did set the Queen loose, didn't I?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus' long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
But Cerberus is a lot more xenophobic than those two.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded, and our backers trust the Elusive Man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
It's Black Ops to push the human agenda, nothing more.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the Elusive Man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
I've done it before.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the Elusive Man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
She does look pretty perfect.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
This is the great thing about Miranda, that, and I know a lot of people maybe don't like her, but they've basically given you a female character who is your second in command. She reports to the Elusive Man, but she works for you, with you and for you, but they've made her nearly perfect. But she herself has said, her biotics, she's basically better than human. She's not better than the Asari with biotics. She's not better at, she has limitations. They give you this character who is far superior than you in every way, than anybody else on this ship, and they still, within the same sentence, tell you her limitations. And also, the risk that is placed on her, why she does everything that she does. It's really good character building. This is 2010, so this is 13 years old. Before when they wrote it, but it came out in 2010. This is before the time of the utter bullshit Mary Sue, Rey from the Star Wars sequel trilogy, I can just do stuff. They give you a reason why she can do what she can do, and then they tell you that she's still not peak. There's still people in the galaxy that are better at certain things. She's a jack of all trades. She's better than human, she's designed to be better than human, but she still has flaws, she still has a character arc, she's still well written. Miranda's a fantastic addition to this second game, and if you're writing a brand new female character for a series, this is how you introduce her. She's really good, but she's not the best. She's not perfect, and then you take her on a journey that tests her as well as the people around her, which is this mission. Brilliant. It's so well done, and it's why 2 is the best story out of all the 3 games. 4 games. I guess we're playing all 4, so all the 4 games. There isn't really a story with Andromeda that I could figure out. It was a bit weak. We'll get to that when we play it. Long story short, I love Miranda. I think Miranda's a great character, and I mean, Yvonne Strahovski, what's not to love?
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
She's also insanely jealous of me. Okay, we have one more person to talk to. I don't like that. I don't know why it does it. Oh, we've got the crew. We can go to my cabin another time. The lab is that side, but that's locked.
Message at your private terminal.
Cool. One person we will talk to finally is Mr. Boring. So here it's cool. That's the arc projector. Basically, as you go through, you unlock certain weapons, you scan them. They're uploaded into this data bank, and then everybody gets access to them. It's a really nice way of negating the physical loot side of things. I quite like it. And then we've got the DLC. For some reason, the DLC weapons never showed up on these tables. I don't get it. They didn't add them. There's little details like that I would have liked for them to have added, but we're going to stick with the grenade launcher anyway. And messing around with all the guns. Basically this game's Garrus. Oh, there's some of the guns that we'll get. I think we've already got that shotgun. But you've got the Avenger. If I was a soldier, we'd have the Avenger. But top left on the screen, the Revenant machine gun. Oh, I wish I could have one.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
I'm not going to tear him down just yet.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Maybe we will get along.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I appreciate his honesty.
It's good to hear a clear opinion. Sounds like we're two of a kind.
That honors me more than you, Commander.
Damn right it does.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'm not going to continue the conversation. We're going to go do some galaxy stuff. We had a message. You're not very good at your job, are you?
Commander.
And here we get to, we're going to do this. We're going to finish this part on a negative. And I don't normally do this. I'll touch on this multiple times throughout this entire game. They've tweaked certain things, they've changed certain things. The one thing that they really needed to do with this game and with 3 is get out this pathetic travel system. Basically, in systems you fly around, there's a scanning mechanic for minerals and stuff. There is missions where you can land on the planets as well, but there's no Mako, so there's no actual planet exploration. That's fine. But they have this system where you have to spend credits to buy probes to do the scanning and fuel. You have to buy fuel from your own money. Firstly, there shouldn't be a fuel system. It's a starship. It creates the drive field. So we'll fill up the tank. And we'll buy the probes. At the moment we can only carry 30 probes, so we will go into... So this is all the same galaxy, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 systems. I will need to make 3, maybe 4 trips back to the main system, to that fuel depot, to have enough probes to do all of the stuff, to get the loot, not the loot, the minerals and things. And I'm not even going to be grinding up the planets. I'm only going to take them down to... I'm only going to do certain ones, and I'm only going to drop them down to moderate resources left. It's a crap system. It should have gone. It's absolutely bloody awful. But in the next part, we're going to be more positive. I will rant about this multiple times. I'll run out of fuel in the middle of moving between the systems. I'll run out of probes. We'll have to go back to buy more, to go back to the same system, to pick up my weapon. It's crap. It's absolutely crap. We'll do that next part. But it's just... It's... look, it just burns through fuel. Why? Why is this a thing? And then you get into the system, and it's fine. But I want to start next part with... So this one will be slightly longer. They were usually going to try and stick around that 30-minute mark for these parts. We're going to explore these planets, and I also want to do the Normandy crash site. So that's the plan. And then from there we'll do a bit of exploration, and we'll move in, and we'll do Omega, and we'll really kick the story off, and we'll meet some more characters. Gardner, I can't remember his name, God forgive me. What's his name? Michael Hogan, is it? He played Saul Ty in Battlestar Galactica, the remake, the incredible remake. I love that guy. I'm sure it's Michael Hogan. He just seems like a really cool dude. But we're going to save it there. And we'll be back with more planetary exploration and story progression next time. God, I'm going to enjoy this. Even still repeating this, I'm going to enjoy this so much. And I hope you guys do too.